from the first, just like when we rap. Niggas get sick. And now they viral. Niggas is sick to their stomach and they sick in the lungs.
Yeah, so this is definitely interesting. I definitely can't wait till I see what these updates entail. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm excited. Just in the process. I know it's still, right now with the social distance. I've seen Rum Nitty and B Dot. I don't know if you got a chance to check it out, but it just recently dropped on the app.
Yeah, man, I seen that drop early this morning.
Yes.
And yeah, I watched a good. I think I only missed the third round from both of them.
I watched it twice, bro. That joint is a good battle.
Yeah. I felt like it kind of started off slow for both of them, but their slow is like for someone like me, that's my medium. You know what I mean? Like,
real talk.
And then second round, they just started going after it. Like they just started. It was like they was just warming up in the first, and then by the second, like both of them were saying some shit that I was like, I don't got time to finish this, man. Like if I finish this battle, I'm not doing anything for the rest of the day, and I need to be productive. So
nah, it was definitely a dope battle. What's your thoughts on those style type of battles where there's no crowd, where it's just you and your opponent, and y'all kind of could just go at it, man. It's really like a lyrical poetry. It's really y'all painting that picture for us. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I love it, man. Like I feel like for certain individuals, it looks fantastic. I would hope that I'd get the opportunity to see how I would do in that kind of environment. As of right now, I don't think I'd be able to tackle it the same way I tackle a battle with a crowd.
Okay.
But I'd like to get the opportunity because I think I may be able to do some things with that. But like when I seen QP and Emerson Kennedy,
that was fire too.
Yeah, that's I want to say Rum and B Dot and that battle, like as of recently, nah. Not even Rum and B Dot, man. Like I want to say as of recently, as far as that battle beyond, that's my favorite battle right now. Because QP, the way he's able to like it completely caters to his style. Like it makes his style look like phenomenal. He looks like super different. To whereas with a crowd, like when he raps like that, he's being stopped like continuously. But when you just letting him go, that shit looks crazy. The craziest thing about like his style to me is how he transitions from shit. Like, he goes from like, being serious and like really, aggressive, and then he stops and he just kind of like starts battling some comedic type shit. Like
super animated.
Yeah. That shit is awesome to me, man. Like,
so that's something you're interested in doing if the opportunity opens up.
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, any opportunities really. I'm not. I can't think of any opportunities that I would turn down at this point, like coming from URL. But it kind of just depends on what's being thrown at me. It's got to make sense at the end of the day. But from where I'm at right now, I don't see them throwing me something that doesn't make sense. Yeah, especially something like that.
We seen URL just made a post like a day ago. The Crucible announcement to all new aspiring artists, battle rappers. The Crucible now the only pathway to URL. No other programs, events, favors, or special relationships will apply. Please disregard any other development programs or individuals attempting to market themselves as a pathway to URL. If it did not come from the Crucible, it is not official. We are doing this to maintain the integrity of the program and to ensure vetting of new talent remains at a high quality level. Smack URL TV. What's your thoughts on the Crucible and just it being the only way now to be able to get on the URL platform?
Um,
Even though I know you don't have to go through that anymore, you are the one of the last classes that had to kind of go through.
yeah, the door kind of closed right behind me. I heard
Word. That's crazy. You know what I'm saying?
But I'd say there's got to be a reason for it, as far as the thought process that went into why it was developed. I haven't put too much thought to it as to what the reasons for that might be, but I'd imagine they're looking for more of a return than what they've been getting from the PG classes.
Hmm.
It really seems like, from like the dynamic that's been being set, is they're really looking for stars and not so much just a quantity of names. Like, and I think if I'm them, this has to be something that they feel will do that. But yeah, I can't speculate too much as to what the reason of that might be, because I haven't thought of it too much. I also don't think I have enough of an understanding as to how the Crucible format is set up foundationally, like what exactly it entails. From the sounds of, like, when I first heard about it, I thought niggas was about to go back to freestyle battling and shit. Like, it sounded like some kind of proving grounds freestyle. You don't know who you're gonna battle until you just, like, I thought I heard P say, like, you're just gonna show up and we tell you who you battling and then you just battle. I'm like,
yeah,
fuck that.
I mean, it's a show. The Crucible is definitely like a show, and it's basically like, I guess in a sense, like an America's Got Talent type of thing, but for battle rap, where it's gonna be, I believe he said, I believe it's between 4 or 6 different cities, and they're gonna choose 20, and I believe only 6 or something like that, 5 or 6 out of 20. I'd have to go read up, on my information again, but it'll be a small selected few out of the 20 that make it to and then until it's, I believe, 6 cities, 6 times 36, 36 opponents at the end. So for all the 6 cities, they're gonna choose 6 of the best MCs. From if it's New York, it's gonna be a tri-state. If it's Florida, it's gonna be all the surrounding spaces. If it's Atlanta, things like that, and then it's gonna be 6 different places, and you're gonna choose 6 different MCs from all these different locations that actually survive the show in a sense. Because and on the show, I think it's gonna be like 3 top tier guys who's made it, who's created successful careers in battle rap, and they're gonna be the judges. And it's not really just gonna be you guys battling, or those MCs battling. They get to rap in front of them, maybe a quick 30 seconds to a minute, 90 seconds, just rap something, and then they might have a battle that's 2 rounds long, just to see how you react to getting hit and things like that. And then 6 of the top talents who survived this, they go against, and then it's like a 36-man tournament between the top 6 of those guys till there's 1 left. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So
what it sounds like they're doing then is they're expediting the process of the proving grounds. Like, instead of just having a bunch of people setting up events for them, 2 months in advance, like being able to battle here and there, and then kind of having to weave out the people that aren't that good. They're just expediting the whole process, so where, like, the people are just kind of being chosen to battle, and they get to, like, go through the process of weeding out the
talent.
ones that weeding out the talent.
Mm-hmm.
And the next thing I would wonder is what exactly
happens to everybody else who's talented and don't make it.
Or, like, because
I believe if even if you don't make it, I could see them still. You're good enough that we pick you up on an individual contract that's not really a Crucible, because you showed so much talent that we want you on the roster. You just didn't win the the full. You know what I'm saying? Because you know how sometimes even in American Idol, not everybody makes it, but there's people that were so talented that they still get side deals, or they get picked up and things like that. So you know what I mean? But yeah, you could kind of. Is that kind of what you were trying to understand?
Yeah, that's kind of where I was leading to. Is like, what happens to not even just the people that like lose per se, but like, say there was an individual maybe in a smaller league that just missed the entry point.
Next year.
He started, like maybe he started making a name for himself. Do we do this again?
Yes, no, he gotta wait till next year.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So if you miss 2020 Crucible, you gotta wait until 2021.
Oh, okay. So in a sense, then I can see how that would end up being more efficient.
Yeah, so
that's not bad.
Yeah, I guess it ain't no just cutting the line, man.
Mm-hmm.
I told Loso you was one of the last illest PGs that ever did it, man. You know what I'm saying? Knowing your first PG, that's legendary shit right there.
Yeah. Yeah, Loso did a lot though to I feel like Loso and Ace Amin was doing a lot of moves as far as promotion and branding and marketing that a lot of the rest of us, at least in this kind of class, like in the last 2 years, I'd say, weren't really doing. Mm-hmm. I think a lot of the new guys and even us could learn a lot from the moves that they've made. And it took a long time to understand like how valuable that is, like to market yourself properly and all that. Like by the time I picked it up, I kind of already had myself like as a kind of individual that doesn't do any marketing or promotion like that, just strictly like relies heavily on just the talent alone. Mm-hmm. Like even when I'm in the building, like, people don't want to see Jey The Nightwing, with the dookie chains and the flash and pizzazz. If I show up with a rollie, like, niggas are gonna be like, yo, this nigga on some bullshit, dog. Like,
Jay gave up the principle. You ain't conscious no more, dog.
Right. That nigga don't sleep on the floor anymore, nigga.
He ain't real no more, dog.
Right, man. Niggas don't want to see that shit. I can still be saying the same kind of content. Like, yo, you get a fucking haircut, nigga? What the fuck is this?
Yeah, we can't believe that shit.
What's this off-brand Jey The Nightwing shit, nigga? We don't want to hear this.
No. But I mean, overall though, I know we haven't seen it yet, so we can't really, judge too much. But what do you think of just the concept of just making it? And it's gonna be a show. It's gonna be something that we can enjoy, sit back, and watch the process throughout the year or throughout the 6 months, however long the show is, to actually, get put together. So, it sounds interesting. I could say that the least. I could say the least.
Man, I think as a fan of battle rap and the URL, at this point, I don't care what you're throwing in front of me, man. Like, I just want to see the culture still moving. You know what I mean? Like, at this point, like, as a fan, I can understand that the pandemic is slowing shit down, but like, it does like give me it gives me a lot of gratitude that the URL does what it can to like give the fans what they want. And if they feel like this is gonna work, I'm just here for it. That's about it. Whatever, like, because as a fan, like, we can't ask you to like, battle as often as, as often as you do when there's not a pandemic. Like, that's just unreasonable. Mm. So, yeah, it's kind of like, the same gratitude I give to like essential workers. I mean, not on the same level, but it's still very much appreciated, coming from a standpoint of a fan. As a battler, I think the format creates a lot of separation between classes that will it'll kind of make the mid-tier, top-tier whole setup like really difficult to cipher through.
Yeah.
It'll kind of distort all of that. Because if every year you're getting new people, which, you know, kind of was the thing already, but it'll kind of be I feel like the frequency is going to turn up a little bit. Unless, obviously, you know, there'll be some years where there aren't as many candidates. But it seems like, yeah, the frequency will turn up a little bit to where, let's say, this year's top 6 people from the Crucible, we can consider them the new class. Very next year, let's say top 6 people from that year are making just as much noise. Well, we consider them the new class, but what are the class of people from this year considered? And what about, you know, where would they be as far as like the top 6 people in Ultimate Madness? Like, you got them, their trajectory, obviously, you know, they're going to level up.
Yeah, but Ultimate Madness would be for basically people who's already on. Like, you know, the guys who's already went through the Crucible and things like that. The Crucible strictly, if you've never been heard of, or even if you have, but you've never been on the URL platform, or even if you have, and now there's your second chance to rebrand yourself in a sense and come out and really like compete. You know what I'm saying? To be the number one. Imagine, you know, all of me is trying to get a PG, this, that, and third, and this is the opportunity to basically go through all of this and be one of the last people standing and, you know, have the opportunity to get some money and opportunity to be on a Gnome or a Summer Madness or a top stage where you could, you know, make your mark in the game.
Yeah, I think it's very exciting. I'm very excited to see, you know, where battle rap goes from here. Like, because there's always, like, in a 5-year stretch, like in battle rap, I noticed there's always like what's the word I'm looking for? There's like a shift.
Okay.
Of like how everything goes. Like when Twerk shows up, everything fucking changes.
Yeah, facts.
When Gotti shows up, everything changes
That's
again.
Right. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like there's just it's like the standard changes. You know what I mean? Like everyone's doing this over here, and then somebody comes doing some completely different shit, and then everything changes up again. So I'm interested to see, like, with all the changes that are taking place, like who capitalizes the best with those changes? Because, you know, I'll be doing what I can to capitalize as much as I can, but will I capitalize in a point to where it creates a whole shift of that kind of magnitude? I'm not sure. Like it's also kind of one of those things where you can't predict the outcome. Like I'm sure Twerk, when he said fucking what was that line that pretty much made him, the Popeyes shit? Like Popeyes, why I guarantee he didn't write that thinking, yeah, I'm gonna fuck the game up with this. Like fucking watch me work like a lazy partner. Like I guarantee he did not think that kind of outcome was gonna arrive from that. Same with Geechee Gotti and Papa's mom too. Like yeah, I guarantee they was not expecting that. But there were so many variables that like lined up, like constellations that just made it happen.
Real talk.
And I think with all the changes that are going on in the URL, like it's definitely setting up something to happen. It's like protons and electrons and neurons, like just a whole lot of movement going on to where it's going to create like a certain reaction that allows that same kind of change.
Yo, Jay, I gotta ask you. You know, I've spoken to some new guys, and you know, a question I always ask them is, you know, who are some of the guys that I guess inspired you to get in this game, and like, you know, it's a 2-part question, and also, who are some of the guys that you want to make sure that if you even have that on your list, but guys that are on your list where you're like, yo, I definitely want to at least get in front of these. These guys inspired me so much that I want to make sure I can spar, get in front of them, get a battle, do something where it's like I could get a legendary moment if I get one of those guys.
Been poppin' since 50 Cent did in the club. What you do with 2 stimmy checks, I do with a dub. She wanna eat, but she threw it all up. She need my food, hey. So I'ma make it do what it does. What would you do if you knew what you could do with it, cuz? Why you mad at me? Like I released the COVID, tried to sell vaccines. Like I created this build, tried to control that fiend. I just picked up the sticks and tried to play like